Hi everyone, this is Dr. J from Dr.Js Natural, and today I have the privilege to bring Dr. Johnson back to share with everyone regarding how Dr. Johnson discovered Quick Brand and discover Dr.Js Natural so that we can be able to work together and formulate any and everything related to PCA and making science, credible evidence science come to real life with the product that we're making. So Dr. Johnson, please say hi to our audience, and we will start our interview.
Hello to you and hello to everybody else.
So Dr. Johnson, can you share with the audience just a quick blurb on how you come about getting to know Quick Brand and getting to know Dr.Js Natural?
Okay, well, I was working towards developing various applications for disinfection and sanitizing skin or hard surfaces. And so I had looked here in Southern California at several different companies that might do that. And one of the companies happened to be Quick Brands, and I ended up here face to face with you.
Yes, yes. That's how we came about to get to know each other, is because you were looking for manufacturers that you want to make your disinfection product with PCA.
Correct, and in the form of a wipe. Yes.
In the form of a wipes. So can you share with us a little bit about why you want to do PCA in a form of a wipes, just so that everyone kind of know your thinking and your thought process?
Okay. Well, I wasn't totally aware of that wipes are the most popular way people like to get disinfectant. I was thinking more along the line of a spray, which we have.
Right.
But when I learned the popularity for a disinfectant wipe, that's why I started chasing that, and that's how we ended up here. And then we did some studies together to establish this was a very effective way to deliver the crystals of protocachoic acid to any surface.
Well, going back a little bit, because you noticed that different substrate on the material of the wipes doesn't necessarily mean that it will help retain the crystal onto the surface as a wipes.
Yes.
So there's certain substrate that would agree or not agree on the PCA crystal.
Yeah, we did some studies with which I'll call the fabric that you showed me, and I didn't know one from the other,
right?
Not being in the industry. And then I put a spray of protocachoic acid on these wipes, and then what we have to know is, can you see it on the fabric? And then if you take fabric and come across a hard surface, does it leave behind the crystals on the hard surface? And so we found out that there were some fabrics that it didn't either harbor or deliver, but we did learn that the fabric that you primarily use was very effective at collecting the PCA, and then when we took it across glass, we were able to see a simple wipe left an even, smooth area of crystals everywhere on the glass.
For sure, for sure. That was back in April. That's when we first met each other.
Right.
At Quick Brand.
Yes, that would be what, 3 months ago.
Yes, yes, 4 months ago.
4 months ago, yeah.
So just a little bit about the wipes. I know that many of us out there, women or men, if you wear makeup or if you don't wear makeup, makeup removal wipes would be one of the wipes that all women would want to use on a day-to-day basis, or at the end of their long day of work. They want to take off their makeup, their oil, the dirt, the odor, the sweat. So with any makeup wipes, I have used myself personally, but I haven't make it. Here at Quick Brand, we only make disinfectant wipes and any of the PPE disinfectant product, from the spray to the wipes to the hand sanitizer to masks, etc., etc. But when it comes to makeup wipes, I use it, I buy it, and I don't feel anything special about it, just that I only focus on the ingredient. When each of these manufacturers make the product, and knowing and being a formulator, I would read every ingredient carefully, knowing which ingredient is good for me and which ingredient is not good for my skin, and then avoiding all the chemical or all the paraben, all the bad stuff that you're not supposed to have on your skin, right? So that it doesn't cause you to have skin cancer later on, or it's not good for your skin. So knowing about ingredient, I'm very anal about reading ingredient when I buy other people's product. So I use makeup wipes, but when I met you and we were thinking about making a PCA alcohol wipes.
Correct.
You weren't thinking about
No.
making a makeup removal wipe.
No interest.
No interest. Because Dr. Johnson is beautiful the way he is, and he doesn't care. You don't even care to put lotion on your face sometime, right?
Soap and water.
Oh my God, you are so low maintenance. But knowing that I have a story that I go beyond this, and being a woman and being a formulator, I'm like, wait a minute. Alcohol wipes? People is not going to care. They only care about EPA wipes. So they're going to ask, well, why is this going to be better than the alcohol wipes that I buy it for $1.99 with PCA in it? What were you hoping to accomplish with PCA and alcohol wipes?
Well, I wanted to disinfect the skin or to help get rid of acne or other pathogens on the skin is what I was after. I wasn't after a cosmetic benefit or an afterglow or something. I was just thinking medically.
So on an alcohol wipe with PCA, would you use it? Would you be able to use it on any surface to leave a layer of PCA crystal?
Yes, on any surface.
You
whether
can do
your
that?
Skin or a glass, hard surface, you know, on your steering wheel or anything, doorknobs or whatever.
I see. So what if you got EPA approval on the alcohol wipes with PCA? Would we be able to say that it's safe, that you can protect yourself from COVID for 24 hours after EPA approval?
Yeah, well, first of all, we already know it does that, but with the EPA approval, then we would be able to make that statement.
Make the claim.
Make the claim, yes.
On the label.
Yes.
Yes.
And actually, they only control what the label says. They don't control what it really does. We know what it really does, but in order to legitimize it legally, we have to get their approval to say that on the label of the bottle or the container.
I see. So thank you, Dr. Johnson, for sharing that point of view. So now, going further into our relationship, that's where I wanted to make something that would have the skin health benefit, the benefit of the 5 anti-property on PCA. So that's where I created these 4 wipes for us, for you. Everything and anything that has PCA, because on the market, there's a pet wipes with no PCA, just aloe vera, eucalyptic, some essential oil, the basic stuff. But nothing special about it because it doesn't have PCA, it doesn't have the 17 pan. But on this makeup wipes, I want to go back on this makeup wipe. So we have the makeup removal wipes with PCA, the baby wipes with PCA, and the pet wipes with PCA, along with the body adult care wipes with PCA. Now we're going to go one wipes at a time to share with the audience because, well, I want to share with you and the audience my feeling. It's not because I'm biased that I make the product. It's because I use other companies' makeup wipes already. It doesn't give me that antioxidant cooling effect. So I don't know if Dr. Johnson get a chance to use it every day, but when I go home on a long day of work and with or without makeup, and when I try to take off my makeup, or on a long golf day, hot golf day, and you wipe this off, you feel amazing, that cooling effects that I don't get to feel with other makeup removal wipe. So then I thought about the science behind it. Is it because of the antioxidant property?
I don't know the answer to that. First of all, because it's moist, it would be cooling. But after it dries, then of course you've laid the crystals on your face. It would have an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory component.
But other makeup wipes company, I don't get to have that cooling effect.
Well, that's what my wife said about it. She was surprised at how the after effect, how it felt on her face.
Right. See, so it takes off my foundation naturally, but it's the feeling that I don't get to feel on other makeup wipe. It's the cooling sensation, the refreshing feeling effects.
It must be the other ingredients. I don't know that.
No, it's only the PCA. You know why?
Okay, I'm glad to learn.
The reason being is because I duplicate other companies' ingredients. from aloe vera to cucumber to peptide to rosemary to tea tree oil, and the only denominator that is not in any other makeup wipes is that the PCA. So I duplicate that and I don't have that cooling sensation feeling. So because of that, I have to give credit to PCA because of the antioxidant property in it. Because antioxidant is so cooling. And one other interesting point is, can you share with me?
Well, not many people can argue with you, so I have to accept it.
No, because as a formulator, I compare apple to apple. So I duplicate all the ingredient and I still don't get the sensation of the cooling feeling sensation. But the minute I put PCA proprietary blend in this wipe, it becomes an amazing wipes. So share with me what your wife said about this wipes.
Well,
she used other makeup wipes before.
Yes, and wasn't dissatisfied, but it was what was available to her. When she used this, she was just surprised of the benefit, and the main benefit she talked about was how her skin felt after removing it, whereas other ones that didn't feel good, she knew that she got it off, but this removed it, but also gave her a really nice feeling on her face.
Yes, it gives you that smooth, soft feeling. And let me tell you, Dr. Johnson, I know you don't care, but I think for every woman out there or teenager out there, they would care, because we tend to be lazy. So when we get home and we don't want to wash our face and we had a long day, so that we crash on the bed and we want to go to sleep. But by going and washing our face, that would be a chore. So then we use our makeup wipes. Most of the time, if I use the makeup wipe from other company, I would get acne because of the foundation, the oil, so I would break out easily. But ever since I used the PCA makeup wipe, I don't get any acne popping up from being lazy, not washing your face, but just using the makeup wipe removal to take off your makeup, and then I just crash. And I noticed, and that's the health benefit of acne controlling for my skin. And then regarding what your wife was sharing is that it leaves you that smooth, soft feeling benefit or effects that I could totally tell.
Yeah, I can't argue.
So I think you have to be the product of the product. You create the pattern, you have to use the makeup wipes now. Especially all of my guys friends that play golf, I give them this canister and I say it works especially so awesome after a long day of playing golf, hot day of playing golf, and they use it, and now they're like my testimonial, and I have some pictures to share with everyone on a golf course, and they're holding the canister and wiping away their sweat.
Well, I can see that would be useful. I'll try it out, and I'll I have my friends I play with try it.
I want pictures though. And one other thing that I noticed is that if you leave this wipe out like this for one day, it turns a little brown. You know why?
Yes.
Tell us.
Well, the protocateuric acid is not white. It can be tan, in some cases brown, and what we use, it can appear to be white, but by nature, like brown sugar, I guess, it has a slight, when it gets to the air, it can have a slight. There's nothing deleterious about it, it's just that the crystals can tend to oxidize in air.
I want you to give the answer instead of me giving the answer. I know the answer to it is, in addition to what Dr. Johnson is sharing, that yes, but also because the antioxidant property of protocateuric acid is that just like an apple, when you cut the apple in half and you leave it out in the air, what happened after half an hour later, that apple will turn brown.
Yeah.
So it gets oxidized. Same thing because of the antioxidant property of PCA. So if you leave the wipes out in the air like this, it gets oxidized.
Well, it controls it some, but,
yes,
but the crystals themselves
is brown.
are like brown
by
sugar.
Nature.
Yeah, by nature. So,
yes.
And if you went after it to get rid of the brown or tan nature, you would probably destroy the crystal. So we obviously want the need of the crystal, and the side effect has no consequence.
There's no side effects to it. But luckily, because of Quick brand, they designed the canister so well that only this part get brown, not the whole entire canister get brown, because we pretty much cover the whole, so that way it protect the whole entire canister for you to use up to the last wipes.
Yeah. Well, and I know you did a lot of checking with the various ways of doing this, and it didn't just hit the first time you did it.
Yes.
So you worked out the formula so that it minimized that side effect.
For sure, I did. And as of today, you can buy this on Amazon or on Dr.Js Natural, and this is one of our top selling product. And every woman is raving about it and loving it, including your wife.
Right. Sometimes she's a hard sell.
Oh, she is very hard to please. Now we
no,
go
I'm
on.
Joking.
No, don't let Carol listen to this interview. She might not like it. See, so now you see a little bit of the tan on the top of it.
Very minimal.
Yeah. So on the baby wipes, what I noticed and why I wanted to make a baby wipe with PCA is that there are so many baby wipes out there that claims that it has 99.9% of water. So I don't know why people would just want a water wipes. Why don't you just buy quick dry wipes and pour water in it? That would be the cheapest thing, right?
Well, use a towel.
Exactly. But for the conveniency or for the advertisement or for how they able to lure you in, claiming that their baby wipes is the best purest wipe because of the water-based content is 99.9%. So then the 0.1% left, I don't know what ingredient they put in there. It may be aloe vera, it may be chamomile, but that's it. Only the basic ingredient and the natural preservative like sodium benzoate. Now on PCA, going back to the property, it has antioxidant property, so it's an antioxidant wipes for the baby wipes, right, Dr. Johnson?
Yes.
It has the anti-inflammatory property, so just those two property alone, I know that the baby tend to wear their diaper and pee in the diaper, and then if you don't change it in time, you get rash,
yes, right.
You get inflammation, then this would definitely be a help to heal the skin rash.
Well,
on theory.
The potential is there because of the nature of the PCA.
Patent. Yes.
And the patents showed evidence that that's the type of thing that would probably happen. We have not done a clinical study on a group of babies, but there's no side effects that would be injurious, and that we'd have the likelihood of the less inflammation would cause a healing effect.
For sure. So for us, just to apply the science to real life, is there a baby wipes out there that would have a 17 patent ingredient that would promise on all the science, credible, evidence based for you to benefit from the skin health, let alone that would be the best for your babies when you're using the wipes? Well, what I noticed is what my friends share with me when they use this baby wipes is that they see the cooling effects on the baby bottoms, and the baby is actually smiling when they get to change their diaper using this wipes.
So from the standpoint, it's water-based.
Yes.
So it's not alcohol. It's going to make them hurt.
Yes.
And it has a reagent of the PCA in it that has a benefit from what we've been speaking about. So no downside to it because there's no known allergies to this. It's not anything that's going to cause cancer.
Yes.
And so the side effects are virtually zero
Yes.
as a wipe because they're not eating it or whatever.
Yes, yes. So for sure, if anything, PCA is the way to go. And if your baby can be able to have a wipes that have PCA, definitely they will benefit from it. Now going on to the pet wipes, pamper your pet. Every pet owner I know that give me their feedback and their review is that after they use other pet wipes and now that they're using the PCA pet wipes, they notice their pet is happier and the dander and the odor is minimized so much more that they cannot go back to their old wipes.
Wow.
They love the PCA Pamper Your Pet wipes. And for that, I do know that I have to give credit to the PCA because I use almost all of the same ingredient what's out there, the aloe vera, the eucalyptic, anything that is beneficial on the pet wipes. But the only difference is the PCA that we can make and no one else can make it. And for that, every pet owner tells me that they will not stop using our wipes because of
well, we're happy that happened.
Yes, yes. So can you share with us some of your feedback regarding your veterinarian friends or any of the people that may have used the pet wipes?
Well, I know that they have looked at it and they're giving it in a commercial way of a major company. A friend of mine running one is giving it a serious attention.
Consideration.
Yeah, because of what we've told them about it. We haven't heard back yet, the final decision, because the executive committee and everybody has to look at it.
It takes time.
Yeah, but we've had a very favorable initial response.
Yes, yes. So I know that for many of the pet owners that use our pet wipe, PCA pet wipes, they gave me such raving positive review. Now going to our last wipes, which is the body wipes. We have the same intention, wanting to develop a body wipe to help with nursing home, with the elderly that can't take a bath, so that way we can use this wipe to wipe down their whole entire body, because that's the common practice in a nursing home when the elderly is immobile and cannot go take a bath by themselves. So knowing the PCA health benefit and the skin protection benefit, we were hoping that we would help the bed sore, the infection or reinfection from too many people touching the elderly. Wasn't that one of our intentions?
Well, that would be our objective.
Right.
Probably the biggest benefit is where you have people who are incontinent,
right,
can't care for themselves, and then their skin gets very irritated. So not only does this cleanse, but it leaves behind the crystals, because we know from studies we've done that when you use the quick wipe, the fabric is the key thing.
Right.
And it doesn't tear, by the way. Many of the competitor fabrics, if you start wiping, if you're going to wipe this off, you'd have it torn.
Right.
And if you,
it looked like you can do the
so
test.
Here, you can't.
It'll be a cheesecloth, and you can rip it apart.
Right.
For our wipe, you can't rip it apart,
Right.
Because it's double stitch.
Yes. Well, and so then you're not going to be wiping somebody and then have your hand wiping them, because this
Right.
won't tear apart. And then you will leave behind the crystals, which have the antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and we know the antibacterial effects, and we also know that it'll stimulate, and experiments show that the local growth hormones will cause healing. So there's a great potential benefit in many ways.
For sure, for sure. So knowing what I know when I work in a nursing home, Dr. Johnson and everyone, is that when I go in there and I do round with the doctors, and then I would make recommendation based on their drugs usage, because they use so many different drugs and one drugs to offset the side effects of another. And they are just immobile, laying in bed all day long. And everyone is going to them, checking up on them, touching them, feeling them, and all of that. It's just that with coronavirus floating around and the pandemic right now, we need to protect our elderly, and we need to protect our the people that are staying in the nursing home that doesn't have much of the immune system. And so for this, of all the adult body wipes out there, I use it myself just so that I could see and feel the health benefit of it. So knowing this is one of the testimonial from our customer manager gal, Vivon. She was delayed with her flight for 3 days.
Oh.
And knowing that she couldn't take a shower, she took the body wipe into the bathroom at the airport and wiped down herself. And so she has that cooling, refreshing feeling. And then she shared with me that by the time she gets to where her family is in Georgia on the 3rd day, she still have that refreshing feeling, and she doesn't have any odor, body odor, smell at all. So for that, she gave it a thumbs up, knowing that it could replace a shower for her for that 3 days
That's
that she
amazing.
couldn't go
Yeah,
take a
right.
shower.
Yeah, I could see it have that potential. I've used it on an area where my skin got excoriated. I noticed that it actually removed the discomfort right away, and then seemed to promote healing. So, I mean, I haven't used it extensively, but I had an opportunity where I had excoriated my skin, and I was pleased about that.
No, for sure, for sure. So for the body wipe and the makeup removal wipe, I use it any opportunity that I get a chance to replace even toilet paper if I don't have to use toilet paper.
Yeah, well,
and it just feels amazing.
Yeah. Now, as I understand it, this cannot be flushed in the toilet.
No, you have to throw it in the trash can.
Yeah,
correct.
Right.
So on the canister, we have the toilet man, and when we put an X on it, so just knowing that, don't throw it in your toilet. It's not biodegradable or disposable in flushing down the toilet, because this is made out of fabric.
Right.
So thank you, Dr. Johnson, for sharing with us about how you get to know Quick Brand and Dr.Js Natural, and how we come about making science, credible, evidence-based theory of PCA with the 17 patent into real-life product, and getting it to perfection, and for it to have so many health benefits, skin health benefit, along with the difference what's out there on the market that people are using currently. So you need to ask yourself, is your wipes has 17 patent ingredient with PCA, and does it have that feeling, refreshing property that PCA will deliver for you? If you want to try PCA wipes, don't be shy. Click on the link below, and you can be able to go onto the website and research more information about it, and you can get a discounted code for 25% off. For listening to our video today, and for us sharing about how we are passionate about every day bringing real, credible, science-based evidence theory into real life and making product. Share your last word with our audience.
Well, I'm happy that together now in 4 months, how much progress we've made using what I brought and what you folks brought, and how we've been able to expand the product to a whole different realm that's not available anywhere.
Yes.
That's been very satisfying from my end.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Johnson. And I hope that the audience and everyone out there throughout the whole world will get to know PCA, and we'll get to know all your hard work and dedication from the 17 patent, and the many more patent will come as the time goes. And we hope EPA will give you that stamp of approval, and by then I think the whole world will get to know PCA even faster and even more.
No question about that.
Game's over for every other wipes company out there, right?
I would think so.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to us, and we hope you enjoy our interview with Dr. Lanny Johnson, a world-renowned orthopedic surgeon and a very, very passionate and a Christian individual. And that's how God brought us together, right?
That'd be my observation.
Thank you, everyone, and we wish you a blessed day and lots of good health and happiness.